is Coffee with Karina. And here's your host, Karina Michelle.
Think you know what really happens in the audition room? Well, think again. On Casting Confidential, we go inside the casting process, uncensored, unfiltered, and full of surprises. Our recent guests have included Danielle Pinnock from Ghost, Danny Joles from Hacks, and Lamorne Morris from New Girl. Plus, every episode ends with a live scene read and real-time feedback. Follow Casting Confidential wherever you get your podcasts. Casting Confidential, where the callback is just the beginning.
This episode features one of the most creative people I know. She is a talented photographer, artist, and now first-time filmmaker. And it's been amazing to watch her take on this documentary, The Legacy of Sound, which is also coincidentally about our great Uncle John. Now, Uncle John, who's in his 90s, he still drives and he has a busier schedule than all of us. But it's really about his personal journey to turn fading memories into timeless sound and seeing those gold engraved Italian bells go up in the Cotswolds Church. Now, I could go on about how much I love them and this little film about our family, but I'll let you listen for yourselves. This is the Q&A from the screening at Watershed in Bristol, England on July the 4th, 2025. And without further ado, here's my sister, Anne-Marie Michelle.
That was amazing. That was the first time I've seen it.
I know you haven't seen it.
Like, oh my God, kind of overwhelmed now. Okay. So we're actually recording this for my podcast as well. So if you guys want to hear this again, did you know this too? Have a seat.
Waiting if someone noticed.
No, it's just a little conversation, but I thought it'd be good. It's perfect timing, right? But for those of you that don't know me, I'm Karina. I'm Anne-Marie's older sister. And I'm also the executive producer on this. She is as well, actually. So, yeah.
Grew into it.
Yeah. And what did you do? Tell them what you did, because this is really your...
Well, I guess as in the booklet, the accidental filmmaker, and then kind of did everything, learned.
Yeah.
Or just like the actual filmmaking part, so direct. And like, so I suppose when I actually started it, as Uncle John will know, that I planned on, I basically just felt I had to document these bells because they were soon to be hoisted up into this bell tower and never seen again, and no one would be able to see all the detail on and the names and like the history of it and why it was done. And so we came for the bell blessing. We had no idea what bell blessing was.
Nobody did. I didn't know what it was.
So, and then we got there, we kind of went to lunch afterwards, and then the next day, we were supposed to be driving back to London. I'm like, Freddie, back to the church.
Yeah.
And so I took my stills camera and started shooting video on that. And I didn't even really know what I was shooting. I just knew that I had to shoot it.
Yeah, I saw that in the booklet. You were like, I was filming everything.
Yeah.
But I do that too. I'm like, I don't, all the little things, and then you kind of piece it together at the end. But so how did it begin? So you said you went there with Freddie.
Yeah.
How did it actually begin? When were you like, okay, I'm gonna, because you were a photographer, obviously, a very good one, very talented, editorial, all the things, all the good things, photographer.
I suppose most of my work I see in stills. So when I take pictures, I'll see still pictures in my head. If I want to go take pictures of something, I'll have a picture in my head and then feel like that's what I'm going to photograph. Mm-hmm. But this I saw in motion, so that's what kind of started it. Mm-hmm. And it was actually the ending scene of the bells. It's very much how the bells affected the landscape as well. And I was trying to figure out how to capture that. And of course, the only way I could capture that was in motion. You can't do that in stills.
Right, you can't do that. Yeah, because you need the sound, or it just doesn't work.
And that, the legacy of sound. It's the sound.
Yeah. So was there a specific thing that kind of inspired you? Was it the sound? Is that kind of what did it for you? Why you were like, I have to make it a movie? Or the family part? We didn't even talk about that. I mean, obviously, this is really special.
But it was the fact that I kind of felt like it was about to disappear. I felt almost panicked that I had to document it. It was about to disappear, and no one could really see the significance. Yes, it was very nice, and it was very beautiful. but I kind of was like, well, all of this is going to disappear, and I want Jameson to know about it, and I want the story, and I want the story to kind of go on without it having this beautiful moment, and then it kind of built out, and you never see anything ever again. So that's why I had to make something. To begin with, I was photographing all the bells, and it was the historical, beautiful object that I thought we were doing that. And of course, Uncle John was kindly showing me around everything, the bell hangers, taking it up and making the structure.
Yeah.
And then I suddenly realized it wasn't about that, it was about Uncle John.
Yeah, no, I think both of us, I mean, that was my main thing. I was like, this is amazing. Just that you had this idea to do it and you followed through, and now there's a movie about it.
But I guess I don't know if Uncle John even knew.
If he knew, I know he said that to me today. I was like,
and I was slowly like shifting like this, and Uncle John would be like,
did you know Uncle John? No.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's kind of a surprise for me.
Yeah, but I'm happy with it. I feel like I captured what I wanted to.
Yeah.
And hopefully, it's kind of surreal because I've lived with it for almost 4 years, and that basically no one else has seen it. Of course, Uncle John has seen it. I guess it's another thing. So
And Sheila too.
and Sheila has seen not this cut, but another cut.
Yeah. So we should say that they're our great aunt and uncle,
Great-aunt
and our grandmother is on one of the bells, Betty. So it's very special to me for that reason as well. But so, what was the hardest part about it, or what was like the most? Because filmmaking isn't easy.
The hardest part to begin with is that I'm not a filmmaker. I've never shot anything before. And so I'd never used a cinema camera, I'd never recorded sound, I'd never done any of that. And it was actually the night that I decided, when I was in the church, there was a lady from the Women's Institute in there, and she was like, oh, our Women's Institute would love to make a film on it. And I was filming up here on the upper level, and I was like, I'm making a film. It like ballooned out of me.
That was probably the first step, you admitting.
That was the first step. And then I called you that night and told you my plans. Then you could totally see it and you understood it, and you were like, yes, but you need to do this properly and do it on a proper cinema camera.
I don't remember saying this, but I guess I did.
Yeah, so that it was like a couple
camera.
days later, I went and bought the cinema equipment.
Yeah.
And I spent a week on YouTube learning how to use it.
Yeah.
And then, so that was the most difficult part. It's a very like technical thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it goes on
Inside to make a
forever
film.
from that
And I
first
guess
part.
when then once that part was done, you have the whole post-production bit. As soon as it was like, okay, picture's locked, and I was like, whew, picture's
Yeah,
locked.
you think it's done, but that's not even. And then you have the distribution part. So it's like now people feel like it's
I
over.
didn't know anything about that bit, so we're like,
Yeah, which is exciting because I was explaining to Uncle John that I hope to send it to some U.S. and U.K. festivals, and I'm hoping they pick it up. I think they will. I mean, I would put it in.
I mean, you haven't seen it yet, so that
No,
was, what did you think?
I was amazing. I mean, for me, I've done a ton of these now, but for me, it's like very special and unique because it's our family. So you can't really beat that,
No, I suppose also that maybe not. I didn't really know what an executive producer was, even when we started, and I thought because you're half of this project, because like half your.
Well, you really did everything. I was here for help. I was like, call me if you need me.
In my eyes, what an executive producer does, if no one knows what they actually do, is you kind of build the structure from which it's made. So if I did it by myself, I would have done it on a much smaller scale. We wouldn't be sitting here right now. We probably wouldn't be sending it to film festivals. And so you kind of build this thing, and you say, okay, these are your parameters, and then go.
Yeah, it's kind of like being the CEO of a business a little bit, because you see the vision and then you kind of set it up and you hope it goes. No one knows. You never know.
That's kind of the unseen part, but it wouldn't have gotten to this stage without that kind of executive producer part, which is kind of.
Oh, I'm glad it helped. Even though you did everything, though, but.
Yeah. That definitely learned a lot.
Yeah.
And
so
we have Gavin here too, who did
I
all the sound.
know. I was gonna say.
Can't see it. There you are.
The sound was amazing.
Right.
By the way.
Yeah, so he did all like the managing post-production supervisor.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just like amazing, even just to get to see into that world and how much work goes into it, because like you get to the post-production part.
Yeah.
And then there's just so much work that comes out, and so many people and things, and like
so many people, so many little pieces. It's like a puzzle or something. But so, would you do it again? Would you make that was my big question. Would you make another film? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this was, accidental filmmaker. So this is my first one, but I kind of have another one already, kind of half in the mix planned.
Okay.
And so started Evanescence Films, so the film company. And let's see. Who knows?
Exciting. So we'll see what happens. So if anybody has any questions, or is there anything else you wanted to add that we forgot?
So. There's a roving mic. Right?
Oh yeah, Andrew can really grab it. Does anybody have a question, or they can make one up for us?
I'll ask.
Andy, in the front.
I'll ask a question on the front row. Yeah, do you think the sort of spontaneity of it, the way you sort of didn't have an immediate plan before you started as to what you were going to do, actually added to the freshness of it, rather than everything being planned in minute detail beforehand?
Definitely. I think that's going to be my approach to documentary, because for documentary, for me, you kind of discover as you go, and it almost unfolds itself.
Yeah.
And so I have like a loose kind of outline of it, and then it just giving it room to change and breathe and then become itself, I suppose.
Yeah, and sometimes when you plan a documentary, usually it doesn't go that way anyway, so you end up going a totally different. So that's the way to do it. Yeah. Anybody else? Yes.
Just going to ask about the challenges. So I was there helping you film a little bit outside the church. She asked me to hold the microphone. So I know one of the challenges was that I wouldn't stop talking. Because obviously that's not good for sound. I'm sure that's my voice. You probably heard a lot. And she'd always go, shh. But what were some of the other challenges that you encountered that you didn't know about because you obviously didn't have a way to film?
I mean, I suppose so many, because it's just every single technical part had its own technical challenges.
And even just like the thing with documentaries is you can't make things happen. You have to wait for, obviously when the bells came in, there's no scheduling, so you just kind of go with the flow, right?
Yeah, and it's quite
kind of
a big
challenge
camera to like run and gun with as well.
Right, but you're used to that though. You always
Well, I
have
am now.
you always have a ton of cameras.
Yeah. But it's, I guess, going from stills to motion. Obviously stills, you're
it's
like
bigger.
And your motion, you've got the bit in between. So it's like readjusting your head. That was probably the most difficult part, going from stills to motion in my head to adjusting the way my mind works.
Did you take stills too as you were going along?
No, I mean, bits and pieces I filmed, but I had a big camera in my hand, so I wasn't like...
Yeah. So you probably wanted to then, if it was, you used to, or did it fulfill that part?
Yeah, no, I think I guess that's the interesting thing, that I didn't feel the need to do stills for this because it was in motion.
That's cool. Did you learn anything about the bells? And I still don't know much about it.
Everything about the bells. There's so much technical stuff about the bells, of how they're made, and rung, and tuned. Bell tuning is really interesting.
I remember you calling me and telling me about this bell tuning.
Yeah, so there's so much that I kind of couldn't ram into it. In the beginning, I tried to get everything into it, but of course you need to like cut it back for it to actually play true. So kill your darlings, as they say.
Yeah, so I loved it. Anybody else before we? Yes, you in the pink.
I loved how you intertwined the older film from John's older film into this film. Did you have a lot of footage to go through, or was it just
Yeah, John was really kind in letting me go through his archive footage and see.
And which
it was really beautiful.
Incredibly shot. I mean, she showed me some of it, and I thought it was from the BBC or something.
Yeah,
There's some with the Queen
John
going. I'm like, what?
Definitely a filmmaker.
Incredible.
So he did it all in the 70s. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. Okay.
Cool.
Oh. Go ahead, Mo.
It's not a question, but obviously I'm connected to family, but I thought it was really great how you captured the emotion in it. Like, it's quite emotive watching it. So just well done on that. I don't know if anyone else felt that's not involved in family.
That's true. I think so. I'm sure they will. I think that's how it's really going to resonate with people when they watch it, because everybody, they feel that, even though it's not their own family. Well, that's what we hope they feel, but I would think that would be the case.
I think the other thing you really captured was that quintessentially English landscape, particularly those shots of the church and the bells ringing and everything. That's England, isn't it? Or at least it's one aspect of England anyway. You really captured it there, I think.
Yeah, for me, the landscape was really, really important.
Yeah.
And also getting the color of the landscape is correct.
Yeah.
And like when we were driving up here, and like the way the film's graded a little bit kind of saturated with the blues and things, we were driving up and I was like, it looks exactly like the film. So
I was going to bring a copy up here, yeah.
Good.
Very cool.
And then Alan.
something about the lighting? Did you have special lighting, or does the camera have the lighting adjustment in the camera, in the cine camera?
Yeah, no, I didn't use any lighting whatsoever. So where, I guess, particularly where you might have noticed it more was where you were going from outside of the church into the vestibule and how those shots continued. So there's they had ND filters, neutral density filters within camera. So I could shut those down so then I can have the best lighting throughout that. But yeah, that was also tricky because going into a church, which is quite a dark space, and it'd be really bright outside.
I didn't know whether you had the special, the ones they use on the, the big cine films.
No, I didn't have a single light because I was a one-woman band. And I had the camera kind of strapped onto me on a backpack that I was carrying around. And so there was no room for, I need another like octopus arms.
So how long can you film with that sort of camera? Is it limited?
Well, I have interchangeable batteries, like battery packs that go underneath it. And so it basically infinite as long as I want to go.
As long as you got it.
And then I shoot directly onto hard drives, so there's no cards that run out. So, yeah.
Is there anything you would do differently with the next one? You said you were contemplating.
I think just now that I understand the process more, because at each stage I didn't know what came next, and I was trying to learn it on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just quite difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, interesting. It kept life interesting.
Yeah.
But I think now I'd obviously know what the next stage is, then I can plan for that to interleave a bit more smoothly.
And the more you do, it's almost like a formula. The more you do, it just kind of happens automatically, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
I think the first time for anything is more
yeah, it's
difficult.
terrifying. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it.
Cool.
Thank you, guys. Oh, we have one.
I
was just going to say well done because it's like an amazing achievement. I didn't quite realise it was 4 years, but and making a film is that's incredible. Well done.
Thanks.
It's really great. I'll be very proud. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I'm very proud of everyone. I'm like, this is family. This is so cool. Yeah. So yay, Chicky.
I hope you guys like it too.
Hey, this is Karina. Thanks so much for listening. If you like what you hear, check out some of our other episodes and give us a rating. In the meantime, stay safe, and we hope to see you back here soon.